for victims of the suicide bombing last night at the Manchester Arena. At least 22 were killed and 59 wounded. An unknown number of others are still unaccounted for. This attack was different. The targets included many young children and teenagers attending a concert. Among the dead, Safi Roussos, 8 years old.
New images this evening from inside the terror attack in London. A clearer portrait of what happened there. People running for their lives, 3 attackers using that van to plow into pedestrians and then jumping out of the van armed with knives. And this new surveillance video tonight showing a restaurant manager holding the door there on the left as the attackers are pushing from the outside, armed with their knives, trying to get inside. ABC's chief foreign correspondent Terry Moran.
Targeting 2 Christian churches at the start of Holy Week. ISIS claiming responsibility for the attacks in Egypt that killed at least 44 people, injured more than 100. Our chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross.
When the bomb went off, the cameras in the church knocked out, but the sounds of chaos and screaming could still be heard. ISIS was quick to claim responsibility for the 2 suicide attacks on Christian Coptic churches in Egypt. More than 40 worshippers were killed and at least 100 more wounded. Surveillance footage shows the alleged bomber at the second church in Alexandria as he first tried to enter the church gate without going through the metal detectors. As a guard points him back, he detonates his suicide bomb vest.
No matter how noble is your cause, if you recur to terrorism, you lose all your reason and you're just feeding hate.
Another mother's breaking, heart is taken over. When the violence causes silence, we must be mistaken.
I think that with guns you can kill terrorists, but with education you can kill terrorism.
Terrorism is a global challenge, demanding a global answer.
Criminal acts intended or calculated to provoke a state of terror in the general public, a group of people, or particular persons for political reasons are in any circumstance justifiable.
Terrorism is the use of force and pressure in a country in order to do what they wanted to do. Terrorism still exists in various areas, but it must stop, because if it stops, these countries will benefit better.
I'm glad to see you again. I'm not gonna take too much of your time. Let me tell you a story. My story. Maybe you're gonna find weird what I'm going to tell you, but I died. I died on the 11th of March 2004 in Madrid. Although I was born and I lived in Romania. My name is Olimpiu Zigovski, and at the age of 19 I graduated high school in Bucharest and I applied for an internship abroad. I was accepted to continue my education in Madrid, and I left with hope of a future without worries. The next 2 years of my life were buried in study and travel, and when I was 21 years old, in my second year of college, I bought a train ticket so I could apply for a job. The train was going fast and parallel to another train, in which I could see my reflection. I could hear a very loud explosion from the other train as my train began to slow down. In all of the passengers' minds, all sorts of questions started to rise, to which no one could give an answer. A second noise clarified everything, followed by a very intense silence. The train stopped completely, and so did we. Out of nowhere, a shockwave peeled the roof of the trailer, and desperate screams started to hear. I tried to shout. I felt fear, despair. I felt heat and I wanted to move, but I couldn't. I didn't have to. I saw the light, I felt the peace, and I remained forever in that train in Madrid.
Hi, I'm Portuguese, and I was 20 when I died on 17th August 2017 in a terrorist attack in Barcelona. I had just arrived with my grandmother when we went for a walk. I guess we were in the wrong place at the wrong hour. once we were run over by a van that killed 14 people and injured other 135, all innocents. My parents had to wait until the next day to find out if I was fine, but I wasn't here anymore. My name never came out, but I would like you to know my story. I believe that together we can stop this.
My name is Andreea Crista, and I'm a 31-year-old Romanian that died during the Westminster terrorist attack in London back in 2017. During the attack, I fell from the Westminster Bridge and landed below in River Thames before being rushed to the hospital, where I lost my life. My boyfriend's life was also damaged forever, as he suffered a broken foot and a never-ending trauma. There are no words to even describe the crushing pain and emptiness that is left in our hearts. This is what my family said after I lost my life and I left this world forever.
My name is Priscilla Correia, and I was 35 when I was murdered in Bataclan, Paris.
Although I was born in France, it was at my request that I was buried in Lisbon because my parents were Portuguese, and I did come to Portugal a lot of times during the year.
My life ended up too early.
Nobody's story should end up like this.
We need to fight terrorism.
I'm Rui Lucas, and I'm one of the 290 mortal victims of the Sri Lanka terrorist attack. It was the 21st April 2019, and it should have been a very happy day to me and my wife. It was our honeymoon. That morning we were having an ordinary breakfast, and I just wanted some more juice. So in that moment, in the buffet, a bomb exploded, taking my life in front of my wife, who survived. We need to stop terrorism. No one deserves this.
My name is Pavlos Bokogiannis. I was born on February 10th, 1935 in Veloto, Vritania. I'm a Greek journalist with resistant action during dictatorship and Member of Parliament in the constituency of Vritania in Greece. September 25, 1989. I spent my whole night in the office of the coalition. September 26, 1989. I told my bodyguard not to accompany me to my office. Time 7:58 p.m. In front of the entrance of my office, there were two men. I was shot 4 times, with the 2 being deadly. I exhaled an hour later at Evangelismos Hospital.